I'm going out to brunch with my family, so I want to show you the quick makeup that I like to use. And I have been using this makeup daily and I have been loving it. So let's quickly put the hair up. And it's so simple. I'm not using a foundation, but the skin looks wonderful all day long. And this product I'm using is actually a drugstore product. Okay, let's get started with brows. I'm gonna use my Kosas Air Brow, and this is the see-through one. It's just like a nice gel that holds your brows in place, but it doesn't give you that really laminated feeling. It's just a little bit, so very more natural lamination. So I like to do that. Then I like to take one of these little spoolies, the stick of it, and just run over the brows to kind of laminate them that way. I think it's really pretty. See, it's very natural looking. I don't want to do anything too crazy to the brows. Oh, you guys, I just did my nails. What do you guys think? So I know I already put like a marker on this nail, but it's pink and lime green. And then on this thumb, I have a cupcake. Isn't that pretty? So cute. I don't know why the colors look a little bit in my monitor. They look a little bit more pale. I don't know how to show it to you guys, but I love them. Ready for the summer. Okay, so let's go in with this product. I already, as you can see, I have sunscreen on my face, so I'm not going to add any more. And the product I'm talking about is this NYX Bear With Me serum. This is the concealer serum. I did see Julia Adams use this on her face as a foundation, like without a foundation, and it looked really pretty. And since then, I've tried it and I have been loving it. So still make sure that you go with very little, because one time I did go with a little bit more and it looks quite heavy. So even though it's a serum, just go little by little. So the way I like to apply it, I'm just going to go a little bit like that on each cheek. Let's see, I hope that's not too much. So I'm going to start with this Stila brush. This is a dual-ended brush, and go with this fluffy part and just spread it around. And then I'm going to go with a dampened sponge. Oh, this is so natural looking. And it lasts all day long. So you really don't need to invest in any of these expensive foundations you see on YouTube. They're beautiful as well, but if you are a minimalistic type of person and you don't really play with makeup that much, or you don't use foundation that much, then I think that something like this would really benefit you, because then you don't waste product. So now I'm going to go with a dampened sponge just to melt the product into the skin. Look how much coverage it provides. Probably went with even too much, but I think it's okay. It's very hydrating and it just smooths your skin. I like that it's like more of a serum-y type of concealer. So this is in the shade, I didn't say the shade though, right? Very confusing. I think the shade is light. Yeah, 02 light it says here. So look how much I've used already. I've been using this lately. I have all this foundation sitting here, but I love how the finish looks of this concealer. Oh, and if you're not into drugstore makeup, another great concealer to use this way is the Natasha Denona High Glam and this Colfi concealer. You get the same finish. But I want to show you what I've been using lately, and that is what I've been using, the NYX one. I don't have much drugstore products in my collection anymore, but this is one of the products that I really enjoyed and I kept. Okay, so I have seen Nikki LaRose talk about that once you apply either like a base to your face and you want to go with a powder bronzer, if you don't want the powder bronzer to be patchy or get stuck to certain spots, obviously because this is your base, it's sticky, you should go in with a powder before in the spots where you put your powder bronzer. So I'm gonna go with my Guerlain Essentiel, and these are this Meteorites, and this is in the shade 02 Cool. I'm just gonna get a big fluffy brush. This is the brush that I'm gonna use for my bronzer as well. This is the BK Beauty 102, and I'm just gonna swirl it in here and just apply the powder in the spots here where I put my bronzer. Then she said the bronzer just blends a little bit more smoother, and you won't see those sticky patchy, which makes sense, right? Because you just kind of dry up this area before you apply powder bronzer. Let's try it out. That's kind of an extra step. You don't really need to do that, but if you want it to look a little bit more smooth. Okay, so for the bronzer today, I'm gonna use this big, at first I didn't like it, but now I love it, the Armani Luminous Silk bronzing powder, and this is in the shade 90. I don't know, I'm gonna put the shade in the description box. But you see that it does have those sparkles. You don't see them on the face. It's such a nice, it gives it such a luminosity, perfect luminosity without those sparkles. So I'm gonna go with this big fluffy brush and just go into the bronzer and then work very lightly and keep blending. And make sure you go into your hairline. It's so, so pretty. So she says like a bronzer is just to give yourself color. You don't need to have that precise cut here on your cheek. Look how pretty this side looks. And this side we have to do, but I think I want to add a little bit more. And I love applying it with a big fluffy brush. And when I go on vacation, this is the makeup I'm going to wear when I go on the plane as well. And I'm going to keep this bronzer because we're going to use this on my eyes as well. It's going to be so simple. And she also mentioned make sure that you don't come too low here on your forehead. You don't want to come too low. Then you're going to minimize your forehead. Well, it gives that's the impression that it gives. So look how beautiful this looks. You can see the luminosity from afar. Do all this and you guys are not zoomed in. We're going to keep it simple like this. Just perfect bronzer. I don't want my blush to be the center of attention, so I don't want super blushy cheeks. So that's why I'm gonna go with this Dior Backstage, and this is in the shade 001 Universal. So I'm just gonna run my brush through this two right here, mostly this one, and I'm gonna go with my Hourglass brush. This is my favorite brush, and I'm gonna go with this side right here and just run it like this, and then touch the white one as well, and just add this as my blush. Oh, see, I just want a little bit of pink. That's all I want. I love this palette. This is my favorite palette. And you can also use this two bronzers instead of the Armani. Like, you don't have to buy the Armani one to accomplish this look. See, you don't have to be precise. Just blend everything together. It's gonna look so nice. Okay, so let's move on to the eyes. Very simple. This is gonna be super easy. You don't even need any type of brushes. Make sure that you don't have any creasing on the eye from the concealer or foundation. I'm just gonna go with this Sephora 05 highlighter brush. It's big fluffy brush. So I'm gonna go into the same Armani bronzer and just add this color all over the eyelid. You can see how beautiful it just works because it's the same shade as the bronzer, so it just goes right into the same color. It's just pretty. And then you're good to go. You don't have to spend your time on makeup too much, and this makeup lasts so beautiful all day long. I packed a lot of cream products for my vacation, but to tell you the truth, all I needed is this bronzer and that Dior palette, and that's it. I don't need anything else. But I don't know, I packed I packed cream products and cream eyeshadow, like the eye tints, the Armani ones. The video's already up if you want to see my makeup travel bag. You can even remove some things. Like, I tried to keep it as minimal as possible, but I just wanted different things just in case. Look how pretty that is. Should we add, I normally don't do this, but I can go into a smaller brush like this. This is a Luxie 231 brush. Go into the same one and just add the same shade on the bottom lashes or bottom lash line. This is so pretty. I love this bronzer. At first, I don't know, I didn't enjoy it as much. I think those sparkles really scare me. You can really see them on the eye, but they're so light and elegant. I love them. Like, I'm happy I have this bronzer now in my collection. And that's it. So just a little bit of color here too to make sure that everything is blended together with the bronzer. That's it for the eyes. Now we can move on to mascara. For mascara, I'm gonna use my Tarte Tartelette mascara. This is a tubing one, and this is in the shade brown. I did pack my new one, which is a black one that I just got for my trip, because I'm barely out of this and I don't want to run out. So let's do one eye on camera, and then we're gonna have the Kona intermission. I just love this mascara. I don't know, I keep rebuying it. It's so pretty, it's long lasting, it's just perfect. So I'm just gonna add a very little bit on the bottom lash line here, or bottom lashes. Like, I'm not gonna redip. And that's the one eye with the mascara. What do you guys think? It makes such a difference, and it's so clean, and I don't know, feels so lightweight. Everything is lightweight on the face, on the eyes. Okay, I'm gonna finish the other eye with the mascara. Enjoy this intermission, and I'll be right back with some really nice lip combo. Okay, here is a close-up of the eyes. Let me make sure that it's all blended up here nicely. Okay, eyes are all complete. What do you guys think? I think it's really, really pretty. I love it. Here's a super close-up of the skin. I think this NYX one is just perfect. Yeah, if you are really not into makeup and foundations, but you do want to have your face a little bit more put together, something like this would work, and you're not going to waste the product, because look how small this is, and a very small amount that you need to your face, probably even less than what I've used. But I think that everything looks so nice. I love it. Okay, let's move on to lips. I have Kona right underneath my chair. I can't move. Okay, for lips, I wanted to use a lip liner today, so I think the best one was this Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat lip liner, and I think mine is in the shade Iconic Nude. Let's remove this lip oil that I have just to line up the lips, give it a little bit of contour the lips. Like, such a pretty shade. It's definitely a nice nude color. I'm not gonna fill in the lips this time, because I'm not sure if you saw in the beginning of the video and you're wondering, why do I have this Westman Atelier blush? This is in the shade Duo, but you can use any. I just love this berry shade, and I thought it would go really good with my cheeks. So I'm just gonna use this one. I'm not sure if this is just a mini shade, or if they have this in stock as a mini or as a larger regular blush, but I'm gonna use this shade. Look how pretty that is. Use my finger and add this as my lip color. I think that this lip color looks really good. My skin tone, this berry. So a great idea that I had is that if you don't want to invest in a lipstick by Westman Atelier, which is quite expensive, I suggest getting a mini blush that you can use as a blush and lips. I would love to have one of this in my purse. I might add this to my purse because it's so pretty to use as a lip color, right? Without really investing like another $50 on a lipstick. Look how pretty that is. And I'm gonna top it with my Dior Lip Maximizer, and this is in the shade 002 to add a little bit more sparkle. You can stop right here. But I love this Dior Lip Maximizer, just a little bit. You don't need much, just to give it a little bit of color. Isn't that pretty? See, this is exactly what I like to use, and it's so fast, it's so easy. So like I said, if you are not into drugstore makeup, or you don't own drugstore makeup, or if you are into drugstore makeup, you know, this is drugstore, this is pretty similar. I would go with the Kofi. They're very similar, so that's another option. But like I said, I have been using this, so I wanted to show you how it looks on my face with just this. I think that the face looks just perfect. I don't know. I kind of like this makeup. I don't really want to ever do any other type of makeup. It's so pretty. It's so easy, so lightweight. So really love this on the face. And this combo right here, the Armani and this Dior blush right here, perfect. You can use any of the Dior blushes. Another really great blush, one of my favorite shades, is this one, Cherry. Rosy Glow in the shade 015 Cherry. This one by Dior. So when you open it, it looks like this. Very similar to my nails, actually. Kind of the same color. Yeah, so this is the shade I really, really like. But like I said, this combo is just perfect. Very, very beautiful. Anyways, this is my makeup. I gotta go now to eat brunch with my family. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. I wish you a wonderful day, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.